What's happening, Crypto Universe? Crypto Phoenix here, and today we're going to have a bit of a look at 0xUniverse blockchain game, and I've come up with 10 reasons why I think it's going to go big and it has a really bright future. So firstly, I'm just going to dive into some gameplay stuff for those of you who haven't seen it. And I've got a mate who's over at Zilj TV, and he's done an introduction to the game, along with how to create an account and those sorts of things. So big shout out to Michael Robertson. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check it out. But for all intents and purposes, we'll just do a quick review of my gameplay and where I'm at. So I've linked MetaMask to my particular game, and that allows me to transact directly with it using Ethereum, which I think is really, really cool. I have straight up bought or found 91 different planets, and I've been able to discover 12 different spaceships. So on the whole, it's starting to go really well. I'm starting to get some good production of the really high level resources. But we'll get to that in a moment. So the purpose of this game is you want to get as many spaceships as you can, so that you can build and launch these spaceships and find planets. So when you find planets, what they do is they all produce different levels of resources for different things. So why do you need resources? You need resources for your spaceships, at least at this particular moment in the game, and how you get the knowledge for the spaceships, which if we just have a look at here, is through population. So I've been teaching a few people about this strategy. If you're just starting out, the best thing that you really want to do is get as high population as you can as soon as possible, because people directly relate to the amount of knowledge that you're going to generate to then get new spaceships. So how do you do that? Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to buy at least your first planet. You can buy a super cheap one if you really want to. I mean, if you filter via common, cheapest first. Oops, let's get out of my planets. If we have a look at cheapest first as commons, you can pick a planet up, I think, for 011, and that's going to be $1.50 or something like that, and that'll get you going. But what you really, really want to do is you want to, as my friend recently pointed out to me, you want to min-max. So how you do that is you sort by most populated first and common. And what you're looking for is basically a ratio of 1,000 population to 0.01 Ethereum. And anything higher than that is an absolute bargain, and you should probably buy it immediately. But I'll scroll down here and I'll just see if I can find one for you that I'm talking about. See this one here, 0.06, which is, I don't know, $12 or something like that, and 6,000 population. So that's what we're talking about. That'll be a good starter planet, and then you probably get, within a couple of days you get 3 or 4 spaceships, and then you start launching, and away you go. You really don't have to spend a lot of money to get started. You just need to know what you're doing to get started. So that probably sums up the gameplay. But if you really want to conquer the universe, you want to get as many planets with as high population to start with as possible, because then you get your quality spaceships as soon as you can, and you can start searching and finding your own planets. So the more planets that you find, obviously you can sell them to and start to recoup some of that money, and you can make some good coin. So that's my strategy. But reality is that over time, these resources here will start to become extremely valuable, and I'll tell you why later on. So the big news for 0x players, 0xUniverse players, is that they have announced 0xUniverse battleships, and battleships is really, really cool. I'm really excited about it because they're what you can do is you can construct battleships using various modules, which means there's no set format, provided that you adhere to the basic requirements, in terms of thrust and weapons. You can build any type of battleship you want, which is really, really cool. And the thing is that these battleships are, in fact, all going to be reliant on these resources. So, people are really going to want to play the battleships game. It's looking really amazing, and I'll just see if I can find you a quick YouTube clip so that you can have a look. Rightio, I've just found the video, so let's take a look. So what I find really interesting about battleships is that the modules are all stored on the blockchain as NFTs. So you've got full ownership, you can transfer them. I think they'll either be ERC 721s or might even be 1155s, but we'll see how it goes. So you can auction them, so it's going to create a whole marketplace for it. And there's going to be tournaments, and based on the battles, it says that most of them are going to be form of duels, but it's possible for as many as 10 spacecraft to fight at once. So if you look at the mechanics of that, that means there's going to be alliances, you're going to have all these sorts of people participating in groups, and then you have hierarchies. So, that in itself creates communities, which is how games get big. So very, very interesting. I think it's going to be huge. I think so many people are going to be really excited about it. And if you consider that they've got 3 different types of things here you've got lasers, you've got shields, you've got machine guns, you have hulls, you have missiles. You're going to have lots of different combinations of ships, and it's just going to be awesome. The gameplay is going to be great. For a blockchain game, I'm excited. Right, so this one's a little bit of an announcement about it, and it gives you the video as well. It's a quick little write-up. There are a few others. I'll drop them in the link below. Yeah, there's some media about it. It will go into closed beta soon, so if you're interested in getting involved in battleships, you need to register for 0xUniverse soon. So I'll put that link there below. But moving on to the next thing, we have mobile wallets. So there's actually a competition at the moment for mobile wallets and integration with the Lumi Collect. So it's an exciting little partnership. What's on offer here is a legendary planet. So it's going to be pretty amazing. It's going to be a little competition. I don't think there's a lot of people that have done it yet, so you got a pretty high chance of actually, scooping up a legendary planet. And realistically, legendary planets, I think the cheapest one at the moment is 3 Ethereum, so that's nearly $400 US. So all you have to do is register and follow these steps, and you could be in the running for that one, which, at this particular moment, I think is a great move. Next cab off the rank, 0x Games. They went to a conference over in Minsk, and it was a crypto games conference dedicated to blockchain games, and these guys placed 3rd behind, I'm not sure who it was, but it really doesn't matter. At this moment, with the community they have and the projects underneath the 0x Games banner, with 0xUniverse has a really promising future. These guys were evaluated and they're given 3rd. Look, it's not 1st, and I know they've got a lot of work to do, but 3rd, in the world is still pretty good. And realistically, it's this type of accolade and award that starts to get, crypto influencers and that sort of stuff, YouTube influencers interested. So Mikey Robinson over at Zilj TV, he took note, and he's made his own YouTube about it, and he's also bought, I think, about 60 planets. So there's some players starting to come into the mix that are going to generate the economy. Once you have a lot more people involved, and especially the influencers. When it goes big, you want to be on the ground floor. So make no mistake, this is the ground floor. So moving to the next part, we've got Opensea bundles. So Opensea is a global blockchain marketplace for NFTs, and it's really, really cool. There we go. Sorry, I just had a bit of a problem there with Chrome. Good old Chrome. Anyway, so Opensea, they have bundles for all the cryptoverse, which is really cool. So if we look at 0xUniverse, you can get in here and you can buy bundles directly, and they will transfer to your Ethereum address, and then they get immediately, available and transferred to your in-game account, which is, I just think, is just really, really cool. So there's a lot of people that have made some awesome bundles, and if you keep track of prices, you can find some real bargains in here. So just a heads up. I like that there's an additional marketplace external to the game, which you can take advantage of and is immediately available in game. So the next thing we're going to look at is the active and interactive roadmap that they've got available for their projects on Trello. So they've got 3 projects at the moment. There's 0xUniverse, which is live. There's 0xWarriors, which is live, and we have 0xUniverse Battleships, which is going to plug directly into 0xUniverse. And I actually have a players requests section here. I've made a few requests myself. And all the people, you get to vote. You get to vote on what they work on next. So they'll run their sprints and they'll do their retros and everything based on community input, which I think is awesome. These guys, in my opinion, they're doing it right. They don't have a massive development team or big community yet, but the community that they have is thriving. So I'll get to that in just a moment. So they have their own Discord channel and a Discord server, which has a bunch of different channels for different things. It's really active. They've got people asking a bunch of different questions and having a look at the game mechanics and semantics and stuff. And if we have a look at all of the different things, 0x Times actually talks about the stories. Once you get through all the missions, there's a bunch of stories to find really special items, which I think is really cool, and they post it to the Discord just about every day, different things. So that's really cool. There's a lot of stuff that happens in general and in where is it, in deals and discoveries. You can see exactly what's happening in the game. In terms of just about every half an hour, it'll do a batch post of who's found what planets and who's traded what and those sorts of things. It's very, very, very cool. I really like the community because there's a guy here called Alex Fed. He's been really, really good at answering a bunch of my questions and a bunch of other people's questions about what's on the roadmap and how it's going to work, and he's been very transparent. I think that's really important with a blockchain project, and especially with a game. So you can also come in here and you can make suggestions. I've made a few myself, and if you want to come in here and say hello, I'm sure there's a lot of people here who can help you with strategy and getting off the ground. But all in all, I've been impressed, with the community and how it's worked. It's better than some other projects, and I'm playing about 5 different blockchain games at the moment. So that's really cool. So the last thing I'll show you is the referral section, which is really cool, actually. So if you refer 2 people and they buy a planet each, then you get a common planet. And then if there's 5 players, you'll get a rare planet. And then if there's 10, you'll get an epic planet. So it actually becomes really quite lucrative to refer people. And I think, it's going to be really exciting to see how it expands. Because obviously, if you get 10 people into it, you get an epic planet, and that's really worthwhile. So the referral system, I think, is really good. And basically all you need to do is just copy this and put your Ethereum address at the back. So just get rid of all of that and substitute that with your Ethereum address and hand that link out. I've got mine also in the comments as well as the description. If you like my video and you're going to join up, please use my link. I really, really appreciate it. Spent a bit of time putting this together for you guys because I think the game's really, really going to go on. And that leads me to my prediction section. So the final reason I think is we have a combination of good game mechanics, good roadmap, good community, good development team, the actual gameplay itself with the way that it interacts with the MetaMask wallet, and how everything links together. You've got planets and resources, and once battleships comes to fruition and people start getting involved and excited in that particular gameplay, they're going to need the resources. Yes, you might be able to go and buy them off the auction house or the open market, whichever way it's going to play. But if you're sitting there with 150 or 200 planets, and all these people want to buy resources, you're going to make a lot of money. Let's not dress it up any other way. Once people start to really enjoy playing battleships and it goes big, which I can't see any reason why it wouldn't, you're going to have a massive demand for the resources, and the resources come from planets or they come from in-game, but it's the people who have the planets are going to be king. So basically, I can't see any reason why you wouldn't just jump ship or jump on ship and start playing, because I think this game has a really great future. So look, I hope to see you in there. If you come here, if you come into the game because of me, please say hello in Discord, and I'll be happy to help you out with anything I can. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or anything, leave me a comment. If you like my videos, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.